A $6 can of WD-40 might be the cheapest insurance policy for your car you've ever heard of, if you know where and how to use it. It can quietly save you from over $3,000 in repairs. But here's the twist. Most people spray it in the wrong places, and that's where the damage starts. Today we're breaking it all down. You'll learn the exact places WD-40 works like magic, the wrong places it should never touch, and which version of WD-40 to use for specific parts of your vehicle. Let's get started with a tip even your mechanic might not want you to know. 1. Diagnose vacuum leaks like a pro. Ever had your engine idle, rough sputter at red lights, or randomly flash a check engine light? A hidden vacuum leak might be the culprit. These leaks are small, hard to spot, and they completely mess up your engine's air-fuel ratio, leading to reduced mileage, weird behavior, and major repair costs. But here's the trick. Start your engine and lightly spray WD-40 near your vacuum hoses. If the idle suddenly changes, you just found your leak. WD-40 is being sucked in, temporarily sealing the hole and pinpointing the issue. No scanner required. Why it works. WD-40 is safer around plastics and sensors than carburetor cleaner, which can be a fire hazard. Expert tip Scotty Kilmer, a well-known mechanic, has used this technique for decades. 2. Protect electrical connectors from corrosion. Electrical issues are silent killers. One week your sensors work fine. Next week your ECU is misfiring and you're facing a $700 plus repair quote. The root cause: moisture in your connectors. WD-40 stands for Water Displacement 40th Formula. That's its superpower, displacing moisture from metal contacts and preventing rust. Spray it lightly on clean, powered-off terminals to create a water-repelling barrier. You'll stop corrosion before it even starts. Pro tip: for delicate systems, use WD-40 Specialist Contact Cleaner. It evaporates quickly, leaves zero residue, and is safe for electronics. 3. Keep weather stripping from cracking in winter. Ever try to open your car door on a cold morning and it feels glued shut? That's failing weather stripping, and it can lead to mildew-soaked carpets or even electrical issues when water seeps in. Instead of paying thousands later, prevent it with WD-40 Specialist Silicone Spray. Unlike regular WD-40, the silicone version is safe for rubber and keeps seals flexible. A quick spray every few months keeps doors from freezing shut and prevents expensive water damage. Don't forget, wipe off the excess. A thin layer is all it takes to stop water and ice buildup. 4. Remove tree sap without wrecking. Paint tree sap might seem harmless, but it's chemically corrosive. Leave it long enough and it'll eat straight through your clear coat. Here's the fix. Make sure the surface is cool. Spray WD-40 directly on the sap. Wait a minute or two. Wipe with a microfiber cloth. Follow up with soap water and wax. You just avoided a $500 paint correction, or worse, a $2,000 respray. Warning: don't let WD-40 sit in direct sunlight. Always clean the area afterward. 5. Loosen rusted bolts without breaking them. There's nothing worse than snapping a bolt mid-repair. It's frustrating and expensive. That's where WD-40 Specialist Penetrant shines. Built for rusted frozen bolts, uses capillary action to get deep into threads. Cuts loosening torque in half, from 500 lbs to 238 lbs in tests. Here's how to use it. Clean the bolt area. Spray the penetrant. Wait a few minutes, don't let it fully evaporate. Loosen the bolt while it's still working. Unlike other products, this doesn't need heat or hammering, saving you from busted tools and busted knuckles. 6. Shine chrome without the elbow grease. Want your chrome rims or bumpers to gleam like they're fresh from the factory? WD-40 does more than just clean spray directly on chrome. Wipe with microfiber? Use steel wool 0000 grade for tougher spots. No acids. Safe on metal. Adds a water-repelling layer to delay future rust. For just a few bucks, you'll skip expensive polishes and hours of scrubbing. 7. Reviving a flooded engine after moisture intrusion. After a heavy rain, deep puddle, or even a DIY engine wash, your ignition system might suddenly fail. If your car misfires or refuses to start, you may be dealing with moisture in the spark plugs or distributor. WD-40's original purpose was water displacement. That's exactly what you need here. Disconnect the battery, spray WD-40 on wet spark plugs, distributor caps, and electrical connectors. Let everything dry. Reconnect and start the engine. You'll often hear it fire up smoother as it regains its spark, a $6 fix. instead of a $200 tow bill. Important: never spray on a hot engine and always allow it to dry completely. 8. The scratch hack. That could cost you thousands. You've probably seen it online. Someone sprays WD-40 on a car scratch and magically makes it disappear. Here's the truth: that fix is an illusion. The oil in WD-40 fills in the scratch temporarily. Under the right lighting, it might look like it's gone, but it's not. Here's the real danger: WD-40 leaves behind an oily residue that attracts dust, grime, and UV exposure, accelerating clear coat breakdown. Over time, that tiny scratch can turn into paint discoloration, corrosion, or a peeling panel. Real costs: $300. $3,000 for panel repainting. What to do instead? Use a dedicated scratch remover like Magyar's or Turtle Wax. They're designed to correct, not cover paint damage. If the scratch is deep, talk to a bodywork professional before it spreads. 9. Never use WD-40 inside your engine. Believe it or not, some DIYers pour WD-40 into their engines thinking it works like oil. Big mistake. WD-40 is a solvent, not a lubricant designed for high-pressure, high-heat environments. It evaporates fast, provides no thermal stability, and can actually damage your engine's internals. What can happen? Overheating, a bearing failure, a piston seizure, complete engine collapse. WD-40 is also flammable, and in the heat of a running engine, that's not just risky, it's dangerous. Estimated repair costs $3,000 to $10,000 depending on damage depth. Stick to proper motor oil, not shortcuts that'll ruin your engine. 10. The worst offense: spraying WD-40 on brakes. It's a Reddit joke now. I sprayed WD-40 on my brakes, and now I go faster when I brake. Funny until it's not. WD-40 is a lubricant. Your brake system relies on friction. When you spray WD-40 on your rotors or pads, you reduce stopping power. You permanently contaminate brake pads. You risk fluid leaks from damaged rubber seals. The result: complete brake failure. Repair costs $250, $500 per axle for pads and rotors, $1,000 plus if calipers or lines need replacing. What to do instead? Use a dedicated brake cleaner like WD-40 Specialist Brake and Parts Cleaner. It leaves zero residue and is made for the job. 11. Know the right version of WD-40 for the right job. But WD-40 isn't just one product anymore. Using the right version is the difference between smart maintenance and expensive damage. Here's your quick guide. WD-40 product best for original WD-40. General Fixes Water Displacement Lubrication, WD-40 Specialist Contact Cleaner, Electronic Sensors Terminals, WD-40 Specialist Silicone Spray, Rubber Seals Weatherstripping, WD-40 Specialist Penetrant Rusted Bolts, Threads Hinges, WD-40 Specialist Brake Cleaner, Brake Parts, Calipers, Metal Components. Rule of thumb: use WD-40 where you need lubrication or water removal. Avoid friction, heat-sensitive, or sensor-calibrated areas. Final thoughts: use it smart, save thousands. WD-40 can be your best friend or worst enemy. Used correctly, that $6 can is a lifesaver. Used incorrectly, it's a $3,000 plus mistake. Here's the cheat sheet: diagnose vacuum leaks, protect electrical terminals and rubber seals, clean chrome, remove sap, restore plates. Never on brakes, inside engines, or for real paint correction. You're now ahead of the curve. Most drivers and even some mechanics still use WD-40 the wrong way, but you won't. If this video helped you save a headache or a few $100, don't forget to like this video so YouTube shares it with others getting ripped off. Subscribe for more car hacks, myths debunked, and pro-level DIY tricks. And leave a comment. What's the smartest way you use WD-40? And what disaster did it save you from? And if you're serious about saving money on repairs, watch our next video where we expose 15 shady tricks mechanics still use to overcharge you. It could be the most expensive video you don't watch.